Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. First off, I want to say I'm very sorry because this video probably not going up until tomorrow. First things first, happy Valentine's Day. It's love day. And happy belated Valentine's Day, because like I said, this video's not coming up until the 15th. The plan was to do the video before I went to work, have it edited, and the plan was to do the video before work, have it edited and up before I got there. But I lost track of time because I started watching Lion King. Haven't seen the movie in a while. So I got off work like, what, 30 minutes ago? So it was an interesting day at work tonight. Very interesting. Well, last night because it's probably 12. Chocolate. I don't know it's late, but I didn't get a chance to eat my chocolate. So, what should I rant about tonight? Don't mind me. I'm just about to remove my makeup because it looks a mess. It's greasy. Especially on my forehead area, because my forehead feels like somebody took some grease and just threw it on there. But I've been using this method. I've been taking coconut oil to rub away the makeup and using a wet towel to, you know.
So watch as the makeup disappears. But what should the rant be about today? Well, I was going to talk about loving yourself. It's very important to love yourself, which it is. And I decided to, I should talk about this, you know? And I know I've been, get out my face, because I don't need that.
Okay, I'm back. Makeup is removed. Fresh face. No brows. Bangs. Hands are washed. Clean from the makeup. Just gonna set that back right there. So, like I said, excuse my shirt. I got grease on it and just got water on it. So anyway, loving yourself is a very important thing to do. And I know that, God. Okay, I don't have no eyebrows on, y'all. So excuse no eyebrows, but it's late and I just got out work, so y'all understand. Anyway, loving yourself is very important. It's so important because when you love yourself unconditionally, you don't allow yourself to be disrespected, and you don't take bull. I'm not gonna say the other word. I'm gonna be respectful as much as I can, but you don't take bull. You just don't. You choose not to be treated like crap by anybody, especially a man. Now, I know that I've been saying for the last 2 rants to love yourself, but it's the week of love, and why not give, a little rant and advice? And besides, I'm speaking from experience. You are looking at someone who didn't love themselves, who honestly did not love anything about herself. Don't need to talk about yourself in third person, Ebony. I couldn't find anything about myself worth loving. I never thought about myself. I never worth loving. Like, I thought I was ugly. I really thought I was fat when I gained weight. I didn't think I was really smart. I didn't think I was worthy of being in a really loving relationship. I just thought really mean things about myself. And I've made a video about my journey to loving myself, and I have no idea what happened to it. I don't even know how it got deleted. And then it was by the time it was deleted, it was too late. I had deleted it off my phone because I told myself that, for one, why keep the video on the phone? And two, it's a phone. So having videos like 20 something minutes long can really pick up your storage. And I said, if I want to continue doing videos, when I edit them, I have to delete what's in my camera roll and just upload the edit. So, but yeah, I've made a video about how I used to not love myself, and loving yourself is so important, but it's also the hardest thing to do, especially when you're used to putting yourself down. For years, I put myself down, and I know it may seem petty, but my self-doubt started in elementary school. And I know it may seem very petty, like how could you let what kids said to you in elementary school dictate what you felt about yourself for years? Because I didn't really start loving myself until I turned 20. Well, here's why. When I was trying to love myself, I tried to figure out where it all started. Like, where did this whole self-doubt thing come from? Why did I start it? And I remember that before I started school, I never really looked at myself as ugly. I never saw anything wrong with me. I thought I was a pretty good kid, and everybody said I was very sweet. My family always called me beautiful. They always said I was a very sweet child. So I never really understood why kids were so mean to me, because I'm a very nice and sweet person. I'm better at standing up for myself now, because back then I couldn't do it. But I say that because that is where it started. Before I went to school and met those kids that said those mean things to me, I never thought those things about myself. And I said, okay, that's when it started. And the reason why I said it's when it started, because even though it wasn't a full-on bullying, they did make fun of me. Well, what you mean ain't a full-on bullying, girl? You were bullied, but not like massive. Like, it wasn't physical. It wouldn't cause me to kill myself or anything, because honestly, I'm afraid of that. To this day, I'm afraid to commit suicide. So you're not gonna see me doing it. But they made fun of me for quite a while. They made fun of my shoes. They made fun of my hair. That's why I wanted mama to perm it so bad, because it was all curly, and it was all curly. It was just a curly mess, but it was pretty. And they made fun of my hair because my mama would twist it. And she would leave it up in a twist. And she wouldn't take it down like this, because back in the day, you know, wearing plastic school was what kids did. And we didn't do our own hair, so that's what they did for us. But they made fun of my shoes, my hair, my clothes, the way I talked, because to them, I sounded like a white girl. Now, granted, we do live in Mississippi, and everybody do talk country and southern, but I do not. I am one of the few handfuls in Mississippi who talk with my E's and my R's and my O's and every other syllable that is needed. And I don't know why I do that. My baby sister is like that. She talks like I did when I was in school. Mahogany, my middle sister, she sort of kind of talks like that. She knows how to say proper in English, but she sometimes just talk country for the heck of it. And my baby sister, Simone, she talks like me. In fact, she used some big words, and I know she got it off the television. And she sometimes surprise me, because she knows exactly what they mean. But that's how I was when I was younger. I would watch a lot of TV, and I would use big words, and I knew what they meant. Plus, I like to read. So they called me white girl. They said I was weird because I didn't act like they did, because I never found anything fun about making fun of other kids. Like, there was nothing fun about talking about somebody. That's how nice I was. But then you see, I was being talked about all the time. So, of course, it wasn't fun to me being, talking about other folks. But that is where it started. And it probably wouldn't have lasted so long. Me hating myself probably wouldn't have lasted so long if those kids wouldn't have said those mean things to me for so many years. But eventually after it stopped, they still considered me weird. They said, oh, she talks white. And then they thought I was stuck up. They honestly thought I was stuck up, because I chose not to talk to them, or I chose to be by myself. But what do you expect when you've been made fun of by the same people? Would you hang around those people if they done spent most of the years talking about you, saying that you talked white when all you did was be yourself around them? So they did that. And then, not to mention, when I had liked boys, they didn't want me, or they didn't like me because they said I was ugly, because I wore glasses, because I was weird, just the regular stuff. So I am an example of it. And I will say that it is hard to love yourself when you've been putting yourself down for so long. Now, I will say this. The devil really was feeding on that negativity that I had on myself for so many years. Because, believe it or not, the devil has a lot to do with the negative thoughts that are in your mind. You can sit here and be the most confident person in the world, but he will sit there and slip through your mind, making you feel like you are the worst person ever. And he fed on that negative energy that I had around myself. He fed on it. He really fed on it. Like, he constantly kept bringing them to my mind. He constantly reminded me that, oh, you're not worth it. You're not beautiful. And when I finally made the decision to love myself, it is a roller coaster, because hearing bad things about yourself is easier to believe than the good stuff. Because toward me turning 20, I was in college, and friends I hung around always said I was pretty. They thought I was very beautiful. They thought I was so sweet, and they thought I was very, very smart. And is that makeup? No, I don't think so. They thought I was very, very smart, but of course I didn't believe them. Like, oh, they're just saying that. They don't mean it. And so when I finally did make the decision to love myself, it was a roller coaster, because one day I would feel like I was just the stuff. Like, I would do my hair, I would do my makeup, I would just look all cute, and I'll be like, oh girl, you look cute today. But then the next day or a couple days later, I would feel like, like, girl, you've gained so much weight. You don't have a butt. Your boobs aren't perky. You have a stomach. You have a fat neck. And your hair isn't long the way it was before. You're not attractive. Who's going to want you? So, I will say that loving myself is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. It's not easy. And if anybody who has ever gone through a situation where they've had low self-esteem will understand this. You loving yourself could be the hardest thing ever, but you have to make that decision. You have to make the decision to be tired of putting yourself down. I was tired of it. I was tired of waking up every day feeling like crap because I didn't love myself. And I'm like, well, why not? What's not to love? What's not to love? Because it was like, girl, you have exes still coming back to you because you was a good girlfriend. You got friends who will tell you every day that, girl, you're beautiful, you're a great friend. And then you got your family who supports you. Like, what's the problem? Why are you having such a hard time loving you? So I said, okay. I remember it was December. I had made the decision to stop putting myself down. It was so hard making that decision because a part of me was like, am I ready to face the situation? Because every decision has a consequence. And I was afraid that I was going to become someone I didn't like if I loved myself too much. But really, I didn't become someone I didn't like. I became someone I really truly loved. I became more confident. I became more positive. I stand up for myself more, and I try different things. Like this hair, I would have never done this hair. I wear makeup more. I'm just not starting to get back at makeup because I would wear makeup, but I never would do any of the extra stuff. Like I wouldn't wear liquid foundation, which I admit I've been using and I've really been loving it. My eyebrows, I would never draw them on. I would just, get them arched and pray and hope that they looked presentable. The clothes that I wear now, I'm still the same Ebony. I still have a certain style about myself. You know, I'm very casual, laid back type of person. You'll see me in a pair of sweats before you see me in some heels. You'll see me in my sweats and my chucks, or my sweats and my Uggs, and or some tights and a big t-shirt before you see me in some heels and a dress. That's just me. That's just how I am. But when I made that decision, I became someone that I really truly love. And I know that it's hard to become that person. But I'm very proud of myself because I became the person I've always wanted to be. I used to say, I will always say that I became the girl that I was before the negativity. Not the childlike one. The one that didn't let life ruin her. Because don't get me wrong, life is hard. Because life can throw things at you that are very much unexpected. And it isn't fair because you're never prepared for what life throws at you. But before I endured all those negative comments and things from my peers, I didn't think of myself as ugly. I didn't think of myself as not as a white girl. I thought of myself as Ebony. I'm just Ebony. This is just me. The girl who talked very proper, who watched a lot of TV, so much to the point that she could memorize every line. Someone who couldn't dance, because to this day I feel like I can't dance, but I don't care, I still dance. Who can sing when she wants to. And who's very sweet and honest and loyal to everybody she cares and loves. That was the Ebony that I missed. And I never knew where she went until recently. I finally got her back. But not only did I get her back, I became a stronger version of her. Because back then, she wasn't confident enough to stand up for herself, but she was confident enough to know who she was. So, my advice to those people who do put themselves down. One, you have to make the decision to love yourself. And for warning, it is very hard to do so because like I said, for so many years you put yourself down, it's always going to be hard to love yourself when you used to being negative. 2, stop worrying about what people say or think about you. Like, you shouldn't even care. Well, people going to talk about you to the day you die and you go home to glory. You're going to always be talked about, whether it's good or bad. And it's up to you to listen to it, or it's up to you to ignore it. Like, people talk about me all the time. And I honestly do not care. You can talk about me in a good way or a bad way. I don't care. Because nobody's opinion matters but me. Like with this YouTube channel. I've been wanting to do YouTube for a minute now. And I was scared. Terrified of doing it. Because I was like, oh, what is everybody going to think? I might not get no subscribers, and I might not be able to get people to watch my videos. But I have 23 subscribers, and I'm very proud of the subscribers, because I thought I wasn't even gonna get 3. I thought I was gonna at least just get 1, and I thought that was gonna be my sister. But I'm not naive. I know that probably most of the subscribers are my family members, but I'm still thankful that they are subscribed to me. Even if some of them don't watch the video, I'm just happy, because I still feel comfortable doing this. I've always wanted to do YouTube. I've always wanted to do a lot of sit-down videos, hauls and stuff, and vlogs, which I'm trying to get back into vlogging if I ever go anywhere. Like I said, you can't care what people think about you. And that's what really postponed me from doing YouTube, is because I was afraid of what people thought. It was a process. I was still learning to love myself, because I started this YouTube channel 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? No, it was a year. It was last year. Earlier last year, I think. Yeah, it was earlier last year. I wanted to do a YouTube channel, and I was scared of doing it. But before then, I've always wanted to do it. I'm like, well, girl, you can't go do it. You ain't got no camera, you ain't got no lights, but you got a phone that records. So why not? And so I did that. I recorded my first video, and I was very proud of myself. Now, I admit I was slacking because I felt like, well, who's gonna watch it? I don't got good content. But I came up with the Rant week that I plan on doing every month for 1 week. And it is a lot, but I don't care what people think. I'm gonna still make videos, and I'm gonna still post them, and I'm gonna still put them on social media, Facebook and Instagram, let everybody know that, hey, I put up another video. Go watch it. Go check it out. See if you like it. I don't care what people think about me. They can put comments. I don't care. Because I will say that when you get to that level of not giving a crap about what people think about you, you learn to have very thick skin. For example, 2 weeks ago, this guy that I was talking to called me ugly because I didn't want to do what he wanted to do. He said I was ugly, I was unattractive, and I was like, wow, I was attractive and beautiful when you want to talk to me. I'm ugly because I don't want to do what you want to do. Now, old me would have probably cried about it. This me now laughed at it because, all dudes do that. But I laughed at it because when a person calls me ugly, I'm like, are you blind? I am definitely not ugly. You know I'm not ugly, so don't even play these games. You know I'm not ugly. You're just mad because you didn't get what you want. And, I just don't care. I don't give a crap about it, and I love it. Last and most important part of this, pray. Pray really hard that you get to that level of confidence. When you get to that level of loving yourself unconditionally, it's like liberation. You honestly do feel like the strongest person in the world. You feel like you can conquer anything, especially when you prayed on it. Like, it's amazing. It feels like you can conquer anything. It feels like you just are ready for the world and more. You feel great. You feel like a weight's lifted off your shoulders because you finally got the negativity out your life. You just love it. And you love yourself unconditionally. So that's my rant. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you like, subscribe, share. And I'll talk to you guys in a few hours. Bye.